The Stephenville Dome. Normally it's a busy hockey rink, but right now it's been taken over by another sport. Welcome to the 2023 Men's and Women's Broomball Championship. This sport has a rich history around these parts, but it also has an uncertain future.
It's like if hockey and ball hockey had a baby, and not a cuddly baby. This is rough. It's tumble. Thick rubbery cushions on their feet instead of razor-sharp blades. An inflatable ball about the size of a coconut. A broom instead of a hockey stick, and not one for housework. A triangular piece of rubber on the end for making contact with the ball. 5 players and a goaltender for each side. It's competitive, and here at the Senior Championships, full on, all-out contact, which means bumps and bruises, with players trying to do this. Like hockey, it's a Canadian creation, exported around the world. Generations of Newfoundlanders and Labradorians have played it, men and women. With very humble beginnings for this longtime broomball executive.
Homemade gear, rubber boots with rubber straps on the bottom, homemade brooms, pig's bladder for a ball.
But no pig's bladder these days. The most advanced brooms and boots at this event, with 9 teams from one-time broomball hotspots, all rural areas in central, western, and northern Newfoundland, and from Labrador. But broomball is not as supreme as it used to be. Teams cobbled together, sometimes the minimum number of players. Hard to attract referees.
Let's go, boys. Let's go now. Come on, big shift here.
Less than 200 registered players, the lowest ever. No minor program to build a foundation. A scramble each year to make this tournament happen. And the future?
My feeling is that within 10 years, it'll disappear off the map.
Looking pretty good there. This is a big game.
The upheaval that accompanied the global pandemic injected even more uncertainty into the sport. So this provincial tournament in Stephenville is a much-needed shot in the arm for broomball. The games are highly contested, with a level of physicality that might surprise the uninformed observer. Highlight reel goals, clutch saves, pinpoint passing. This man remembers when broomball was played in most communities.
We used to have 6 divisions, A, B, C, D, and E, and they were all full divisions.
Amid the socializing, some lamenting for a dying sport.
We're lucky if we get 10 players, and we'll get the young boys to come down and play a game against us just so that we got enough that we can get out on ice.
It's kind of sad because it is a really great sport to play, and I wish more people got the opportunity to do it, but it is kind of dying out.
But also strong words for why they play the game.
I play broomball because I absolutely love the sport. I've been playing for maybe 26 years. I traveled to nationals. I played in the Worlds. And yeah, I just love the game.
If you watch it, you might think it's not fun or not fast, but if you actually play it, it's a very competitive, fast-paced game that you get good exercise with.
I think community is the best part. Everybody here knows each other. We've all been together for a long, long time. It's always a good time. It's more like a family reunion than a tournament.
It's people like this who keep the sport alive. This man's a Hocko, a family name synonymous with broomball in Stephenville for 3 generations.
Here we go, here we go.
There's high hopes for hometown Hocko. He led his team to the championship game.
Here we go, Adam. Here we go.
A back-and-forth battle between the hosts and the feisty Cornerbrook entry, with Bradley Dyke putting a dagger into Hocko's hopes for a trophy. But this captain is gracious in defeat.
See all these people out in the stands watching us play, regardless of the outcome, it was a successful tournament.
And despite all the attention from his little girls, he's worried about the lack of attention his beloved sport is getting.
Some might say it might not have a great future. How does that make you feel?
I would agree with that, and it hurts me right here to the core.
So he's on a mission to save broomball.
We're going to step up our game over the next couple of years. Whoever wants to help me, and we're going to try to keep the sport going.
But when the competition is over, this is the real prize. Competitors on the ice, friends at the banquet, a night for awards, Hall of Fame inductions, emotional tributes. But how many more battles will there be for banners like this?
Let's face it, broomball really is on life support. But based on the vibe here tonight, this is certainly not a wake for the sport. And they're determined to do it all again next year, this time in Corner Brook. Terry Roberts, CBC News, Stephenville.